Chemical Romance tour bus. You're about to get on it and join us on the Warped Tour. After 2 months on the road, you're with us as we hit the final cities of the tour. In Washington, D.C., the performance is a personal one for me. It's my 1-year anniversary of being sober. I decided to get clean and sober because it wasn't working for me anymore. It was making me severely depressed and suicidal. In Pennsylvania, things get out of hand, and we worry about the fans falling off hills.
These kids are all going to fall off the hill.
Yes.
And they're all going to get hurt on rocks.
And being hurt in the audience.
I want you to be real careful, all right?
We have to play a promotional kick game, and it goes very wrong. I thought we were playing against fans. They put us up against a real team. And finally, we return to our home state of New Jersey for an emotional performance.
Today's my grandma's birthday. So we're gonna do something real fucking special today.
We were on the Warped Tour last year, but this time it's very different.
It's insane. It's like being in a train wreck.
You're with us as we live on the bus, get ready for shows, sweat, bleed, meet our fans.
You gotta watch out for everybody.
And as we take it all in, before we take our next step, going on our first ever headlining tour.
Every day, there was a battle.
Oh boy, this is gonna be interesting.
What about me?
I gotta go through this.
My life doesn't suck.
I'm not a little punk anymore.
But you rather.
This is the diary of My Chemical Romance. When you're on Warped Tour, it's basically all these buses and vans. Anybody that does Warped Tour in a van should get a medal.
It starts to feel like a moving jail cell at one point. Wrong, Mikey.
You're basically all just on top of each other for 2 months.
You wake up and you're usually in another city. You don't know what time zone you're in.
Warped Tour is dirty.
How are you gonna get rid of them?
Water and soap.
All right.
Warped Tour is loud.
The conditions on the tour are kind of hard. You know, there's no bathrooms, no dressing rooms, no showers at all.
It's like a little treat when you get to go take a shower on Warped Tour.
But Warped Tour is also really, really fun.
There's so many bands on the Warped Tour. There might have been like 60, 70 bands, I think, on so many different stages. It's a big musical explosion all across this field.
Whenever a long tour like that comes, is coming to an end, you can almost taste when you're going home. Like it's like right there in front of you, but you can't have it just yet. You have to go through a couple more days. How many more days, Holmes?
5, homie.
August 10th, 2005. We had been on Warped Tour for about almost 2 months at this point. It's a great tour. It's a little long. You start to get worn out by the end.
I usually wake up so I get myself caffeinated, usually around 9 or 10 in the morning, just to be a little alert just in case, You can go on at any time.
Like it's hot, but it feels like we're ready to go. Are you all happy? Yo.
It's pretty crazy that, kids are as generous as they are. They usually buy gifts that are specific for us. For me, they usually buy Iron Maiden DVDs or Iron Maiden videotapes or CDs. Gerard gets lots of comic books.
That's shit right there.
They know what we like, and we love them for it.
You gotta watch out for everybody.
Washington, D.C. was weird because it was a year for me being clean and sober. I decided to get clean and sober because it wasn't working for me anymore. It was making me severely depressed and suicidal, and it just couldn't happen anymore. It was keeping me in this circle of just misery, and it sucked. And I suffered as a performer. I suffered emotionally, and the band really saved me. My bandmates were there for me. They got me through it.
proud of Gerard. To get over, a problem like alcoholism is very, very difficult.
Today's a very special day, and you know why? Because it's my birthday, motherfucker!
He's just been like a pillar of strength throughout the year.
5, 2, 3.
It's kind of like our band's second birthday, because when he was sober was a time in which we really came together as a unit, and we were truly My Chemical Romance from that point on.
This show was really, really amazing, except for the fact that most of my stuff didn't work.
Playing an outdoor show is kind of strenuous in itself, and then when you add the factor of your stuff not working, it just makes it even more and more. You start having panic attacks.
And I'm actually glad about that, because if I was drunk or on drugs, I would have really never even realized it or knew how to deal with it. A good point to being sober is that it's not easy doing this.
Too hot. Like towards the halfway point of the set, we were literally in the sun. What's up, Doug? Thank you.
We always do these promotions with radio stations where we get to do something like fun with the kids,
We'll play kickball with a bunch of contest winners at 6. I had fun last time. Oh, let's go. All right, hang on.
This particular case, it was us versus apparently they were a professional kickball team.
I were playing against like professionals.
No, they're not at all. There's a bunch of
They have jerseys.
Look ready.
You can tell I was not happy. Especially when this dude was like shorter than me, so he had to be 4 feet tall and like, what, 380? Something like that? He rolled the ball, I guess, to Gerard and Mikey, and then, wanted to feel better about himself and rolled it real slow.
Dude, they got guys everywhere.
Everyone was taking it way too serious for a kickball game.
I thought we were playing against fans. They put us up against the real team.
It was just a bunch of older dudes, and we got our asses handed to us.
The worst thing I have ever done in my entire life. Oh my god.
Scranton, Pennsylvania was the scariest show of the tour.
It's pretty dangerous out there. There's very little room for all the kids. If somebody goes down, I'm watching you pick people up. And that's fucking A-OK, Bobby. Keep doing it.
Crees saber lo que es, pero no tienes la menor idea. This is the diary of My Chemical Romance. August 11th, 2005. Scranton, Pennsylvania we're playing today. Warped Tour was really the tour where we had like a back lounge where we were able to set it up kind of like a studio. Kind of set it up almost as like my bedroom too, where I had a computer there and a guitar back there and a little amp just to record and practice whenever I want.
This is the bedroom.
Kids who are in college, you can picture their apartment, and that's basically what you have, except in an even smaller space.
Girls' capri breakfast pants. They kind of rule though. They're like really comfortable.
You have 7 or 8 people living on a bus at a time, and everybody's got their own personal things. They have books, magazines, CDs, and you just, pile all that up, and it's just lots of clutter. It's basically what it is.
I talk on my sidekick an awful lot because, it's the easiest way to to get in touch with all your friends and family from home.
2 pieces of cheese and a grilled cheese. You and I, we have. That's what I asked today.
On tour, you don't really get to eat a lot of stuff, but like scraps of what you can find.
Oh, what is that?
About an hour or two before we go on every day, we start stretching. I had a really cool vocal coach. She liked the way I sang, so she said, I'm just going to teach you some things to warm up. There's these weird, like you pull on your tongue and you go gee-hee-hee, and it feels like you have like all this room back there, and it really does help. Bob started doing these jumping jacks. It started out with 20, and I think it went to 30, and now it's 50.
1, 2, 3.
I think it's more superstition.
These kids are all going to fall off the hill. Yes. And they're all going to get hurt on rocks.
The most superstitious thing is the high fives. We have to all high five each other before we go on. Scranton, Pennsylvania was the scariest show of the tour. The crowd got so big they had to get rid of the fences, so there are all these people standing on the hills. And then there was this bridge that led to the stage off in the distance, and that was filled with people and nobody was moving. I was a little concerned that somebody was going to fall off the hill. People were going to crowd surf way back by the bridge and then fall into whatever's down there. And
Today was awesome. Really awesome.
By far, the biggest crowd so far has been for you, and so it's been pretty much everywhere you stop. Everybody wants to see you.
yeah, every city's like that. Every city's nuts, packed, full, crazy. We're really lucky. We're very happy. We feel blessed, you know what I mean? Chris, it's nice to meet you, man. Is that CH? Yeah.
Hi, Carol.
Hey.
How are you?
Good, you?
They're amazing. The greatest band ever. The original sound.
I think it's really awesome that somebody wants to meet you that bad, and I try my best to always, if I'm not in the middle of a million things, to go stop by and say hi to everyone.
This is Mikey.
Nice to meet you.
Mikey Way. Turn it off. Look. It's a wonderful hotel. How excited are you about going to the hotel?
Yeah, I need a shower.
Dude, I'm on day 3 of no showers.
Warped Tour, that's the most difficult tour to shower on.
And it definitely gets to smelling really, really bad.
After a couple days of accumulating dirt. I'm sure that shower was pretty sweet, though.
I think we clogged the drain with the amount of dirt that came off our bodies that day. There's nothing like a bed and a hot shower to make you feel like a human being again.
It's good when you have time like that in a hotel room just to collect your thoughts and whatnot, or maybe just surf the internet on your computer, or just hang out with your bandmates in a non-hectic setting.
It should be really good tomorrow.
All of our family and friends are coming out. I'm stoked.
Home shows are always the most stressful. My dad's coming out and like some other family, and sometimes they don't always understand that you're really busy. You've been run ragged the past couple of days. And to top it off, there's nothing like you.
The only place we truly had a large fan base 4 years ago was New Jersey. So when you came home on a tour to the New Jersey date, it was like a treat, It was like you knew the show was going to be awesome, and the kids were always super supportive of us in New Jersey, and they still are.
We're going to try and finish with a bang.
This morning we were woken up at around, I think, 6. Our bus broke down again.
This is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
I remember when I went to a house show with you guys and like 7 people showed up.
Yeah. It's always great to be home, and it always makes you feel a little bit more special.
Today's my grandma's birthday. So we're gonna do something real fucking special today.
I think you know, but you have no idea.
This is the diary of My Chemical Romance. August 12th, 2005.
Today we're in Jersey. We're home.
Yeah, we spun arm.
Awesome.
Oh, I was just watching your video yesterday. Thank you.
It's really weird being home after being out so long. And we don't get to go home for the 3 days, but it still feels awesome to be here.
This morning we were woken up at around, I think, 6, and our bus broke down again. It's like the second time.
That's always a nightmare because it always puts you in a spot where you kind of have to, in a 10-minute span, grab everything you need off from the bus and get onto someone's bus and continue on.
I think I got like 5 hours sleep total.
We crowded into this bus. People were sleeping on the floor, on the couches.
I need my practice pad.
Oh, the time of the broke-ass bus.
What time's let out tonight? 8:45?
Yeah.
8:30,
It's so
8:45.
packed that like it's gonna. I know. We're not gonna be able to start counting until it's over.
This is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
I remember when I went to a house show with you guys and like 7 people showed up.
Yeah.
A lot of people could say it's been fast, but we've been a band almost 4 years now, and it was fast, but we worked so hard in that time to get where we are that we do remember those basement shows and house party shows like they were yesterday because they relatively were.
Just 1 hour ago, my voice felt like shit. Always does that right before I go on.
It's always great to be home, and it always makes you feel a little bit more special. My mother had come out to the show in Jersey, and before we went on, about a half hour before we went on, she said, it was your grandma's birthday today, and I didn't realize that.
Today's my grandma's birthday. So we're gonna do something real fucking special today. I want you to look up there.
It just felt great when I got everybody to say hi to her up wherever people go that die.
1, 2, 3. Now you motherfuckers, put those hands together. And repeat after me.
That was definitely the most emotional performance of Helena the entire tour.
A lot of places are like our second home now, but it'll never match the passion that those kids have in New Jersey for us.
Every time somebody ever told you that you weren't going to amount to anything, you know, that's your time to shine. You know, you can show everybody and prove to yourself what you're doing is real and that it counts and that it makes a difference.
Since My Chemical Romance has the best fucking fans in the world, I want to see you all put your motherfucking hands together for us.
People in New Jersey get really proud of bands. You know, like there's like Bruce Springsteen, Bon Jovi. I think kids are protective of us like that in New Jersey.
You've probably seen us say various things at various different shows.
Sometimes we have days where we let the songs speak for themselves, but Some days you really find you want to say something to them and have them take something home.
If you are racist, sexist, a homophobe, or even just a fucking asshole, please go home!
We get up there because we feel that we've earned it and our fans have earned it. And if we've all done this together, let's try to say something more important than just show me your tits.
Give him hell, kid!
I love playing music. I would play in a band, in this band, for 100 years because I love it so much and it's my passion.
We got one more song for that ass. Before I go, and before the boys go, before we all go on to something else, I want to say thank you for believing in this fucking band.
This was a fun tour, and I'm gonna miss everybody that you got to see every day.
Thank you for everything you've given us. We fucking love you. We are, and always will be, my Chemical Romance. Show was probably one of the best of the tour. We kind of had a feeling it would be that way. It was really special because it's me and Mikey's grandma's birthday today. I started crying a second verse.
I didn't even know it was my grandmother's birthday because I kind of lost track of the days out there. But yeah, Brad told me, and I got extremely psyched up there.
Being in a band with your brother is probably one of the most amazing things in the world. Because we're very close and we do everything together. We live together in the same room. We grew up, everything. We shared the same toys. We had the same friends. We read the same comic books together. One of the cool things about this band is that we're all brothers now. And I think you have to be much more than best friends to get through a tour. You can't just be friends.
It's such a crazy experience every night. It's almost like somebody threw you in a garbage can and hit it with a hammer a bunch of times.
This year's Warped Tour for us has been one of the most amazing tours.
We really had a good time on this tour, and we had a lot of fun, but I'm glad it's over.
This tour's been really long and tough, so we get to get home for like 5 days when it's over and then start again.
Well, that's it. And thanks for hanging out, Diary. And I'll see you guys around. Bye-bye.